There we go. It was just somehow hiding. Okay, so now you should see me loading these characters up before we start. But yeah, Quake Champions. We both have a lot of history playing this. Like, Hazel dragged me into playing this when it was fairly new, I think.
Oh, good. It's showing up on Twitch now.
I think it was fairly new at the time when you got me playing it anyway. It was like before several rebalances to the economy.
Yes. Yeah, they completely redid, like, the red gem things were, like, a different kind of currency, even.
There were, like, 3 to start with, yeah. And it was like, here's one that you can only use to buy stuff out of the premium store. Here's what you can only use to buy characters. Here's what you can only use to buy, like, palette swaps for characters, I think. Oh, and I think that's the sound of notifications working better now, because I just made affiliate status last night when not streaming.
Nice.
Which means you can do the whole bits thing to throw stuff at me, and there are better, fancier alerts, and I can eventually set some custom emotes that I should set. But anyway, yeah, so the idea behind Quake Champions here, and we are going to, I guess, remember to invite each other to a team and start playing it soon, is it's a very retro multiplayer-only FPS, which is trying to evoke, like, I guess the era when Quake was first on the scene?
I mean, it's meant to be Quake 3 too. Or Quake 3 if you count, like... Oh, I guess there have been a few. There's been, like, Team Arena. There's been Quake Online, which was arguably better than this one.
But,
The main gimmick is that it's Quake 3, but Overwatch. Like, it was right when it was a fad to make every first-person shooter into, like, a so-called hero shooter.
So, okay, I think I have enough of these.
I don't mind as a concept, but the big problem has been they backpedal on it really hard. Like, now the ability, every update, it seems like they've been making the abilities worse.
Yeah.
And they can't decide which audience they're going for. Are they going for, like, old, diehard, crotchety fans who refuse to play anything that isn't exactly Quake 3 and see all the abilities as, like, casualing it up, or not? Because, like, some abilities used to be, like, actual kills if you landed them really squarely, and now they're just, like, bad weapons.
Pretty much. But yeah, what got me into this a bit is it has interesting map designs. It has, like, actual power-ups on the floor to go collect, which is kind of refreshing to see. It's very, very, very twitchy to kind of a hilarious degree. Like, there's instant kill weapons, and then there's weapons that kill somebody if you fire at them for, like, half a second.
And they tried to do the thing, too, where the selectable champions have all, like, their own unique personalities and stuff. But the problem is, most of their personalities are bad.
Yep.
The only likable one is, like, Sorlag. There's, like... I guess, like, evil cleric lady's kind of fine. I'm trying to think what else. Everyone else... Oh, and BJ. BJ is fun, because he's a drama queen when he gets shot.
Well, they changed that, didn't they?
Oh, I think they did, didn't they? Did they? I'm going to look at the audio settings.
Because they used to have these, like, 2-minute long quotes for everything. That's actually good luck.
Yeah, and people were saying that BJ, being the Wolfenstein guy, in particular was, like, low tier because he made so much noise when you shot him that it was actually a disadvantage. He wouldn't just, like, make the usual grunts. He'd go, like... And everyone could, like, the whole map could hear exactly where BJ was.
And they'd, like, start telling a story, too.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's like when I was back in blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, do you want to invite me, or vice versa?
Oh, yeah. He was...
Also, I love that I'm level
horrible...
1 again, suddenly, despite having, you know, logged 100+ hours in this, just because... It's like one of those games that's perpetually in early access, I think, still. I hope still, because it's a buggy mess.
At this point, I'm gonna be amazed if... Actually, I don't see you in the friends list.
Weird. Should be in
Do
there.
you see me on the friends list?
I do not.
Did it unfriend us? I'm searching for you.
Oh, there you are.
Where did you find it out of curiosity?
I just searched for your name.
Weird. So it must have
It
removed
apparently did unfriend us, yes.
Private message. I don't have an add to friends list. I can follow you.
Yeah, I think that if we both follow each other, I think that turns us into friends. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Weird. So let me...
So I'm good with any mode.
Yeah, let me just remind myself which of these outfits looked the least hideous. Oh, there's some new ones.
I've picked mine based on which looks the most hideous. I've got the animated red snowflake skin on Sorlag.
There's some new ones, and they're really awful.
Oh, well, good thing they've kept adding skins, the important thing.
Yeah. Well, that's how you make your money. A game like this.
Oh, okay, I'll actually pick the Mass Effect looking one just so they're not as hideous this time.
But I do like that the skins are at least modular. So you can start...
Except they're like clearly in sets and they only look right with the other pieces in the set, so they're kind of just... I mean, they're technically modular.
There's little addable bits. So I'm just showing this off because, like, I mean, that is the point of streaming it. Oh, wow.
It is nice how they let you, like, you know, you can replace the super nail gun with the classic plasma gun and stuff like that. That's fun. Oh, what were you saying? WoW too?
I just noticed the ghost skin for Nyx has, like, a couple of blue lines on the boobs that you can add or remove.
Oh, that's good. You have customizable boobs.
It's just such a minor detail. It's also stuff that I did have unlocked too, and then suddenly don't. Let's see, do I want an extra armored crotch or not? Can't see knee pads. There we go. Okay. And then there's the stupid vanity items that just make you bigger and easier to see. Look really dumb.
The abilities are so, like, it
break
feels like
all
they ran out
possible
of
sense of
ideas
immersion.
partway through. Oh, sorry.
I was saying, like, the vanity items are all so, like, incredibly tacky and out of theme and just...
Yes, them in particular.
Although I do like this
Oh,
top
and they
hat.
only cost like 1,000 platinum each, which is only like, what, $10 of real money?
Something like that. Okay, so I'm good to go. Let's...
Oh, I don't have the sugar plum tutu for Sorlag, which, wow, it looks horrible. Like, just on a modeling level, it looks horrible.
Okay, so play.
Oh, there's a big pink bow you can wear on her head. That's good.
Oh, you can, like, pick what kind of match you want to play now. That was not a thing before. I guess just team deathmatch to start? Or, oh no, we can start a few of these. I'll put Instagive in the mix, why not? Capture the flag is a thing.
Actually, would you mind turning off Instagive? I find, for one, it won't show off the abilities. For another, I just don't like it.
There's a lot of these now, and I don't know what half of them are. We got Team Deathmatch, Clan Arena. I guess just elimination
that's
mode.
also no abilities. They added a bunch of no abilities modes because
Capture the flag.
the game needed less content.
Yep, Capture the Flag. Slipgate, which I think was already Capture the Flag. Sacrifice, which I think was also Capture the Flag. So, you know, I was going to put on Team Deathmatch.
Yep, that makes sense.
The rest of these are awful. But yeah, when this...
Oh yeah, it says new follower and then gives me an add to friends option. I am positive we were friends.
Yeah. Oh, we definitely were. But they changed so much stuff in here and, like, redid so much stuff and just, like, hacked out huge chunks of it and just gave people points to make up for it so many times. But, yeah, the way this used to work is you just, like, search for a match and it would put together, you know, 2 teams of 4 people or whatever. and then it would ask everybody to vote on what kind of match they wanted to play, which was kind of awful because you'd always have people going for the whole insta-gib thing where everybody just has 1 HP and it's just who click on somebody else first, which like removes the point of having all these different weapons and abilities and like.
Oh, you have a trans-colored OO emote? I want that one.
I do?
Oh, no, someone in chat.
Oh.
CZ42. Welcome, by the way.
Ah. That is good. But yeah, I can add at least 1 or I think 3 different emotes to my channel now. I just need to find a good sprite editing bit of software because I usually do that sort of thing on my Mac, which is like in the corner and offline entirely right now.
Oh yeah, I guess that's content I could do for my channel once I get there.
Mm-hmm.
It's what?
Oh.
Do you have a map preference?
I kind of like Lockbox. We're getting look on it. Okay.
It's giving me a tooltip about using Sorlag's asset spit to deny access to an area, but honestly, it's not good at that anymore.
No, you hit somebody in the face with that or nothing is worth doing with it.
And even if you do hit someone in the face with it, it like disables your weapon while you're barfing it out, so like, and your weapon could probably insta-kill them in the amount of time that takes, so what the heck. Didn't they even like nerf her movement?
They use all kinds of weird stuff to everybody, yeah.
I thought that was the whole
Also,
appeal to Sorlag, was that she was kind of a medium class that was nonetheless kind of fast.
Yep. Also, I don't know if we can hear it, but like overlaid on the music here is the like sound when it's loading in the game, just playing over and over again because like that forgets to stop half the time.
Oh, so that happened to you too. That happened to me there. Maybe that just happens every time now.
Yep. And now again, despite the fact that everything is, you know, preloaded and installed on here, it's going to take forever to load this map in because they like I think they just don't know how to code, honestly. Like so much stuff has to load in this game that should just be on the hard drive. I've like
Bethesda's usual excuse is that they're doing complex open world things, but that doesn't apply here.
Yeah, they're fairly small arenas too, for the most part, and they're not like super high detailed.
They've done a good job kind of updating the cybergoth looking surreal art style, I guess.
But yeah, it's entirely possible, maybe even likely, that I will like join this first match 2 minutes into it.
Oh, mana symbols too. Those are good.
I need to decide too what to do for emotes on the channel now that I can start adding those.
If you need me to like whip up any of them, I was considering making ones with like voxel art. That might be kind of a nice thing. I find that easy to do. So if you can think of any specific things you want me in that way, let me know.
Yeah. I mean, this is part of the problem of like never showing my face on the internet. Is like, it's hard to make yourself into a mascot that way.
Oh, my sensitivity is so low. What's going on?
I briefly saw select your region, and now I'm seeing connecting to server, so... yes, I'd like to rejoin my last match. This game is, like, held together with bubblegum and hope, honestly. It's really a mess.
I kind of remember how to circle jump.
I was really debating whether you want to uninstall it, to reinstall this to do this, because it's like, it eats a ton of hard drive space. It's a buggy mess, as you can see, that like can't even connect to a simple little quick match.
It's like sputtery for me now after I got in the game too. Like it's clearly still loading things.
Oh yeah, I got like booted off entirely and had to reconnect. Okay, here we go. I am finally in, I think. Okay, yes. Well, yeah, that's the thing. This is, whoa. Very herky-jerky. But yeah, the big Q there is quad damage power up.
Enemy has the quad.
Also known as the quad. I do, like, for all the other problems I have, I do love the announcer in this still.
Yeah, it's nice and it's the right kind of game announcer, but also not annoying. It's a good update of the regular Quake 3 one, which I did find quite annoying.
Yeah, a bit laggy, which doesn't really play well with how, like, incredibly fast-paced this is.
Yeah, this is a game where the slightest bit of stutter just, like, completely ruins your ability to, like, do combat properly.
You may have seen me just die instantly as I, like, loaded in. So, yeah, Quake Champions, honestly, would not recommend at this point in time. We have had a lot of fun with this together previously, but, like, the things that are broken are really broken, and they're making no effort to fix any of them. The things that are fun, they keep patching out.
Yeah, it feels like most of the things that are good about it are just things that were good about Quake 3 and are still just kind of there. Not even to say anything about, like, the horrible interface and the horrible loot, which is annoying to even look at.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
it's ignorable at least, but I am still sputtering. My computer is completely capable of playing this game.
Yeah.
And this is like, it won't even let me turn the textures above medium.
Uh-huh.
And like I have a 1080 GTX. That should be enough to run a Quake 3 clone.
I do not know what's going on under the hood of this game, but it is a mess.
It's gotta load all that loot into RAM.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that is a lot of it, yeah.
And you can't even see it in fights. Like, people are just these, like, vague blobs.
So one thing you could have seen me trying there was, my character here can kind of, like, go intangible, and if you happen to be right inside somebody's hitbox when you come back, it kills them. Which, if you're good at it and the game's behaving right, is kind of fun to do when you find, like, one of the big, long timer power-ups that's about to finish up. You just, like, time it just right so that when somebody goes to camp it to get it as soon as it pops in, you're inside them, and that's that.
For those familiar with Quake, the pentagram of protection is now a non-denominational protection star because they are cowards.
So, some of the characters in this used to be pretty interesting, by the way. Hazel is playing Sorlag, the big lizard lady, which, first of all, hooray for being a lady. But she used to have this, like, weird bunny hop thing, where if you just, like, constantly jump, you get bonus speed.
I mean, everyone has that. It's just that she got, like, better air acceleration than people in her weight class, so she could move like one of the light characters, even though she's, like, healthier and bigger than one of them, which was kind of nice. And I think she's still better at it. They just made it, like, more worse. So, like, they've just been... I believe the term for it is normalizing the characters. So I just used my acid spit ability and they got like a full face of it and they just plowed right through.
Yeah, that used to be like an instant kill if you got them right on with it. If you got a partial hit, it would still like mess up their screen for like a minute.
Quad spawn. Enemy has the quad.
Generally longer than anybody lives.
But you can't have that because it's not esports.
Yep. And what else used to be interesting? I think Scale Bear might still be halfway fun to play.
He did just still splatter me by running through me, so I assume his ability is not completely useless.
Yep. But yeah, Scale Bear is the big, like, huge guy. And basically the idea is if you are moving and you jump like that, and just kind of like turn 90 degrees midair, you pick up speed and there's no cap on it. So the practicality of it, you're eventually gonna like stop or have to slow down because you're just smack into a wall and like lose like momentum. But otherwise, if you like know the level layouts well enough, you can just kind of like keep picking up speed, and then past a certain point, he does collision damage, and you just get to this point where you're just like running around at utterly stupid speeds, just like plowing through everyone, and it's quite a bit of fun. Then there is Athena, who has a grappling hook, and grappling hooks are always fun and everything. And then for some reason at one point they added someone who is just the engineer from Team Fortress, which does not fit this game at all. And also is a Nazi, so it's like, why?
Stopwatch.
I like BJ's akimbo power-up. I assume that's still useful.
Incoming protection.
Well, to the degree it ever was. Like, that's always a rough one to use because it's like you have to use the power, then you like lose both your weapons for a second, and your weapon for a second, and then you get two of them. But it's like the narrow window in which
Your team has the protection.
You're activating it is enough to get killed, and it's like you don't want to waste it by activating it too soon. So it's like,
Oh yeah, I got the holiday protection.
Nice. I had it briefly there.
Your team has the protection.
So I mean, this is basically the game. I do want to do one more round because I want to see if it'll actually load in a little bit faster the second time.
I think I've only just stopped sputtering.
Same. And I don't understand why it is the way it is, but it is.
Because if you're making like an arena shooter, that's the one thing that you want is like just it to be smooth, right?
Yeah. So originally, yeah, that was Skipper. Just killed me. Which still, I think, a little fun to play.
Enemy team win.
But yeah, originally, like everybody had some special attack, which could usually get a one-hit kill if you were like really, really skillful with it, or if you weren't in a couple characters' cases. And then some special movement ability, which might just be like, oh yeah, my special attack teleports me, or it might be like if I barely miss a jump, I get an edge grab. With this character
I got a KDR of almost 1. I am pro.
Or again, the weird like wiggle jumps to speed you up thing, or just jump a lot to speed you up, or how does the hoverboard work again?
The hoverboard?
Yeah.
I think basically Anarchy has lower friction, so and it's like no footstep noises. Their boost, and then he also has like a speed boost power up, which is really good because it's like an insta heal that you can use mid combat, which usually when you win a fight in this, it's by like tens of health. So an on-demand heal is super useful.
Yep.
There's a character who was pro enough that they didn't feel the need to like ruin his abilities, even though he got hit also.
Yep.
Oh, but he's so annoying too because like he's supposed to be this like cyberpunk guy, but he sounds like some old person's idea of a surfer. He's always going like, "Ooh, far out, man," and he gets old so fast.
Yep. Oh, this one.
Sorlag is perfect at my wife though.
Yep. I'm playing Nyx right now mainly because I know Nyx didn't really have anything to nerf.
Yeah.
Like, her actual big advantage is having kind of the smallest hitbox.
Oh, apparently we're no longer in the same party?
What?
Okay, how do I've invited you to party. I don't know how that affects your queue. Oh, you're loading match. How do I join match?
Good morning, sunshine.
I don't know. It kicked you out of the party? Well, I guess I had to like technically reconnect there.
Unless I'd left it, but I I didn't think I could leave it by accident that easily.
Huh, weird.
Trying to rejoin you.
I mean, I could quit the game, apparently, which would do a thing. Yeah, that's another thing this is really bad about, is, like, getting desynced with people you're playing with.
Here come the fight.
Prepare your team.
Playing this game annoyed me to the point of wanting to make my own arena shooter someday, so maybe some good will come out of it.
One. Fight.
It's like,
It's got that like PlayStation All-Star syndrome too, where you've got this like cross-universe not battle royale by the old term, like thing, and then they realize like, oh, we actually don't have any iconic characters. We've got Quake guy, we've got Doom guy, and we've got Wolfenstein guy, and then we need to fill out the rest.
yep. Oh, were they there from the beginning? I kind of figured they added those in when they got there. Oh no, stuff out old the games. Never mind. Yeah, it has to be in the beginning. So like, it's also one of those things where I like seeing, you know, like HP pickups and armor pickups in the game, because like everything these days is a whole generating health thing, which I kind of hate. But like, you don't have enough HP for it to matter, really.
Teams are tied.
It is very satisfying having a game where like getting a good route on the map where you're just like floating around and just like becoming beefier the better you are at like platforming is nice, but it is really hard to actually disengage in this until you're past like a really proficient level of like movement. And everything's so momentum based that when you like go smack into like a wall or like a fight, it's not like you can just pick up speed and leave again.
Yeah.
So
Your team has the quad. Enemy has the quad.
for those that aren't familiar, the classic, are you in the game? I don't know
yeah.
if it can let me join you, by the way.
I will like break out of the queue when I can, but
Oh wow, it's still doing that.
yeah. Yeah, auto logged me in, and then it kicked you out of the party because like I had reconnected briefly, apparently.
Fantastic.
What you were saying?
For those that don't know, the way that Quake movement works is this is sort of where, I mean, bunny hopping has meant many things over the years, but here in the context of strafe jumping and or circle jumping, there was a weird quirk in the old physics engine where the shortest distance between points was not a straight line, but like an arc that sort of added the sideways vector if you're strafing to your movement. And then if you like re-jump right at the time that you hit the ground, the friction of the ground wouldn't slow you back down to actual walking speed. So by doing like a whole lot of little crescents in the air, you could constantly pick up speed, and like the whole game is balanced around that idea. But like you tell you how to do it, and like you gotta be kind of an old guard experienced like Quake engine player to even like grasp what's going on with that. I really feel like if they were making this for a new generation, they should have just had like a universal speedy movement thing that didn't require a lot of esoteric knowledge to pull off.
Yep. So one of my little daily challenges here is to get like 2 hits in a row with the railgun here, which is surprisingly hard to do because like people just die constantly and also are like jittery little. There we go.
Enemy has the protection.
So I think that's all of my daily stuff except maybe the damage. Little hourglasses are to recharge your special.
Has the protection.
They're with me doing the whole edge grabbing this character can do, which honestly never comes up unless you're trying to do it in school. It's not like there's any almost make it jumps in the game anywhere.
I actually didn't even know she had that.
Yeah. Wait, that's not true. There's like 1 or 2 jumps that are like you can only get because of her little edge grab thing, but like they're never important. So you can shave off half a second getting around in the one where I keep walking out the windows accidentally.
When we get to the U's, I gotta drag you into the Unreal Tournament beta, whatever.
I guess you do, don't you?
Yes. I mean, I can't get anybody to try it, but it really is like just the better version of this.
Well, I'll play that. Like, I mean, this, as much as it's a horrible game that I would never recommend it to anyone, what it was originally going for, I can get behind, of just the, like, very retro, very, like, mid-90s, this is how shooters used to play thing.
Mm.
Behind me? Yep, sorry, behind me. But yeah, it's like, it's very difficult to tell what you're doing at this given point, too. Just, because it's, there's so much lag, there's so much characters just, like, dying instantly and respawning right behind you, and, like...
Quad spawn.
Power-ups that
Your team has
don't do a whole lot for you. And I'm assuming that was somebody using the whole little hover drone thing that character has. Or actually, no, because he wasn't crouching down. He might have just been lagged out. Oops. That's happened in this.
I love how this is so devoted to its party system that I can't simply join you mid-game.
Of course not. But there's one map in here, which I'm kind of tempted, if we get the choice, to try just to show it off, where there's all the jump pads and it's just this, like, ridiculous no-cover. Like the sort of thing we'll do as a custom game back when Quake 3 was a thing, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
And that's another thing, is like the appeal of those old games where they were so open and so moddable, and you could set your own server up and you could set the settings just how like it. So like this walled garden system is so antithetical to everything Quake was that even if it was better executed, it would still be like wrong.
So I'm like personally doing pretty good this game, just this team's not.
Incoming protection.
Yeah, this is almost over, I think. It's what, 10 minutes a game?
I think it's to the kill limit usually.
Alright.
Spawn.
It's at
It looks
50
like
and
red
it's at like
team is
almost 8
halfway
minutes,
through.
so either way I think this is gotta be close. It's like, what, 60 kills to win?
Don't know. It's when those bars fill up.
Oh. Oof.
But at this rate, those might fill up before the 10-minute mark.
Well, there's a bunch of, like, really... At least there used to be a bunch of really, like, specific character achievements where it's like... Nyx here has that go intangible thing. And it's like, if you manage to save yourself from dying with it, which it has a really strict definition of, like 50 times, you get a point of progress towards just the ugliest skins.
I think that's what the red gems are for now, though, like, the announcer
Oh.
will still acknowledge that. Like, he was saying, like, venomous when I was spitting on people last game.
When I say the ugliest skins, I mean the, like, gaudy, glowing ones that...
Are there some people really impressed by, like, scrolling UVs on a texture? Like,
Apparently.
I'm not beyond being wowed by, like, flashy skins, but when they're clearly, like, literally the lowest effort animated shader you could possibly make.
Yeah. I do have to, before starting the next match, like, try to look at those, because they're a thing, and they are...
Make sure you leave the queue. It will probably auto join you in.
Oh yeah. Definitely in the queue and sorting out the party thing.
Good rocket.
Incoming quad.
So that's what it looks like when two people with low damage weapons go at each other in this. It's like... Still, it's very, very, very fast exchange.
That's something I've never really agreed with design-wise in these retro shooters, is why should the starting weapons suck?
Yeah. It's because, like, finding a new one isn't really hard at all. Bunny ears. Oof. Okay, so... Please, like, get out of this screen so I can, like, decide to cancel the queue. Which is another thing. I've had it, like, take so long to unload the last fight that it's, like, already starting the next one. And it's like, no, I want to stop.
Oh, that's sort of like has bunny ears.
Mm-hmm. Loading, loading, loading. Like, this is just... With how much this game is doing, there really should not be this much anything with it. Level 6 after one fight. That's not too bad. Or 2 fights, I guess. Nope. No searching for match. Okay. I got some things. I got, like, an egg head for Ranger, I think? And a lore scroll, and, like, a crown of flowers for Nyx. Wow, wonderful. But, yeah, let me see if I can find the thing. It's,
Oh, yeah, I see the egg head. What?
There's the challenges. There's the lore stuff. Challenges more for that now. No, not leaderboards. No. Like, where is just the stuff? Get me out of all this. Okay.
I have you as a loading icon in my party.
Oh?
Yeah, I don't know if I need to, like, re-invite you.
You definitely need to re-invite me.
Okay, revoke invite. Now invite to party.
Yes. We'll do it. Okay, there I am.
Okay, there we go.
So, they might have... Have they taken out the awful things? I can't find them.
Which awful thing?
The awful scrolling texture skins.
Oh no, there are definitely those. Can you view the party? Oh, I guess you can't because I could just show off like one of my horrible Sorlike ones.
And if you play with one, then I will see it when you load in.
Oh, I will do that then. I will use my red Christmas skin.
Now we'll use this horrible thing that I just got.
Can't wait for them to add the Ahegao skins like CSGO has.
And look how terrible this hair is, by the way. Like, I don't know what they're doing with it, but something is very wrong with the physics. It's like this jellyfish on there just doing its thing.
When I click on a champion, like we've already played a full game with some of these characters, and I click on them and it takes like 15 seconds for their model to appear.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, is it like... They've changed like all the progression stuff. Okay. Yeah, here's an example of what I was talking about. These used to be... You have to do all kinds of like character-specific crazy achievements to unlock this hideous thing. Just look at that. Or that. Or that. What are these other things here? Just I don't know why you want this like weird scrolling water texture on your character. But it used to be that was what you did for oh. Okay, yeah, so these guys with shards now, I guess.
Mm.
And the like legendary sets too? Those used to be like get these rare drop lore scrolls for them.
I think maybe you can still get those. I don't know.
Weird. And they change all around so constantly too. It's like there's a bunch of stuff I used to have unlocked that is now gone.
It looks like I could get the Brood Keeper legendary set for Sorlag for a mere 31 gems. Or shards.
Oh, in the shop?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can get a hideous, like, elite mastery shader that's a bunch of... It's a bunch of, like, little runes and symbols and stuff that are scrolling. The scrolling textures look so bad, too, because they
really
make you,
do.
like, so aware of the underlying geometry.
Yep. Anyway, though, we can start a game whenever, I guess. Since...
Okay, if you've already shown the scrolling textures off, I'm switching mine back because they're too hideous to look at.
They're really hideous. So we used to have like 5 billion of both these resources too, but like it got purged in some patch or other apparently. Along with my like 100 levels or whatever it was. Not that I care though, because this game really is just like... I like a couple things it's going for, but it's... just fix all the bugs and like make it load right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like the Mecha Sorg skins, even though it doesn't really tell me how to get them.
Oh, it's weird. Oh, Nyx's abilities changed.
Oh, really?
There is now a wall jump and bunny hop.
Oh.
Huh.
Like a bunny hop other than the bunny hop everyone has?
It's listed under passive abilities as like a character-specific thing.
I'm gonna go look. Huh.
Let's try that. Well, then there's the whole lore tab where you can find all these wonderful fun facts about the characters. Just like in this case, this one long story about just wandering around all day.
Oh, they actually gave Ranger a passive that reduces all self-damage by 75%. That's actually pretty good. So I guess they did a pass where they gave everyone like movement-based passives, which was something I remember us saying we wished they did. So that's one positive change in all the bad changes.
Yep. Yeah, I'm all set to queue up.
Actually, I will get my Galena set up because Galena was not terrible too. Oh, the UI is so bad.
Just finding things right now is a pain in this, and it's like there's not a lot to find. Okay, the lore scrolls do still unlock those special skins, apparently. Again, though, this hair, just can everybody see this? Like, am I still streaming? Is this real?
Yeah.
Apparently,
wow.
they use a special physics engine just for this hair, and it looks so bad. Like, look at that. Just.
Oh, I don't know which of these bad colors to pick.
Yeah,
Should I pick the worst one?
I think there's like 3 or 4 other Q games that I have to play after this too. So might just dip into the R's afterwards and get started there.
Okay, anyway, I'm done messing around with that.
Okay.
And that's another weird thing about the interface is like you can't look like the champion you have equipped is the last one you looked at. So you can't like go into your equipment for your other game champions when you're like queued for a game.
Hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, ready to queue when you are.
Yep. Just hit it. You're hosting right now.
I think I'm the host.
Yeah, you had to invite me because we got separated.
Oh, right. Okay. What settings did you use? Team deathmatch.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's really it, yes.
Wait, there's a mode called Unholy Trinity with the description all you need to be a Quaker.
Yeah, that one's
What?
been in there. It's the only weapons are the railgun, the something and the something.
Oh, right.
Railgun, rockets, and what was the third one? I think it was like the 3 highest damage weapons. So that was another thing. Remember they used to like really push those combos of like hitting someone with a rocket so they launch off the ground and then sniping out of the air with your railgun, and it's like the air time is not enough to actually ever do that.
Yeah. It is. You just have to be very experienced.
Yeah.
Most of the mechanics in this game are only for people with like many hours of already like familiarity with how the game works, which is not the greatest design. Once again, it's like they can't decide whether they want to like make something that brings in the Overwatch crowd or whether they want to please people who've been playing Quake 3 for like decades.
Yep. But the worst was when you couldn't pick the mode you wanted to play, and it was like, no, we're only doing one-hit kill mode, and also I'm playing the character whose special ability is like summoning a drone and going invisible.
Oh yes, I remember that took a while for them to fix because you could still use the abilities in insta-kill mode.
Mm-hmm.
And the little drone with a rapid-fire shot, all the little rapid-fire hits would insta-explode people.
Yep.
Is that character even still in here?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Strogue and Peeker.
Yep.
The Strogue named Strogue. I guess they're like Pokemon.
Yep. I guess it is impressive that you can still find a match in this after, like, I feel like I haven't played this in a year. It can't really be that long, but it feels like a year. And it's just been in like this early access hell for like I think it was around when the new Wolfenstein 2 came out, wasn't it?
That sounds about right. And the only thing they seem to be interested in adding since then are more modes which take things away. Like, it's a new mode, but you can only use this weapon, or it's a new mode, but you can only do this or that.
Mm-hmm.
Vote now.
If they were going to put a Strogue in,
Blood,
why
blood,
wouldn't they
blood.
put in, like, the Macron, like the Quake 2 boss?
I also hate how like all the arena names have basically the same name.
Blood Run.
It's like Blood Temple, Blood Church,
Blood Mall.
Corrupted Cathedral. Like, there's only like 8 maps, but I can never tell which one's which.
I can remember Lockbox because it's the one with the weird funnel.
Yep.
They should just call it Funnel or
Yeah.
something. Blood
Lockbox is
Funnel.
distinct, and the one with the eye, I can't remember what it's called, but at least the
Oh,
loading
yeah, the
preview
eye
shows the
one.
eye. Okay, now it's loading right away.
Morning, sunshine.
This is the team we have here.
Have they put in the longest yard yet? Like that old Quake 3 one that's
Yeah.
like all jump maps?
Yeah.
All jump pads? Oh, okay.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, if that's in there, we should play it just to like show off how stupid it is. Nice bunny ears.
Kid me liked that one because I could only I was only good at using the railgun, and that's the map for people who are only good at using the railgun.
So the warm-up thing this has, you can just kind of like walk around and check out the map and refamiliarize yourself. Like, some people fight on it, and some people just like walk up to it and politely nod. And it says a lot about what kind of person you are, I think, what you do.
I did like how Team Fortress sort of made that like part of it, and then added like little stuff you could do, like high fives and things. I am still loading.
Ooh, yeah. This happens sometimes.
Don't I have a more powerful computer? I thought I did.
Yeah, and you have to have a better connection too.
I do. Let's see if I can get one impressive medals.
I got it.
Okay, I finally joined like 3 kills late.
Oh, there's my little base. So that little thing is like being at single digits, having somebody actively with a bullet on the way to you and hitting your little stealth mode thing, which is incredibly hard to do. You can basically just only do it
again.
by pure luck.
I got into a fight and it froze for like 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm. And the previous condition for unlocking those weird gaudy skins was like getting 50 of those total. And then
Devil Daggers runs better and looks better than this game.
Yep. Also, I love that the weapons and the armor are all color coded, but then you can also like
Quad spawned. Enemy has the quad.
Shadows hide me.
recolor your weapons and make them much more horrible, and then they don't match up anymore.
That's the funny thing about the customization is you can pretty much only make your character look worse.
Oh yeah.
You can't make them look better.
Yeah, none of the color schemes look good for anything, and like the defaults barely do. But it's also like the thing to do. Oh yeah, the railgun does like 90 damage with 100 HP. That's right. Yeah, this is Quake Champions. If anybody was ever curious, you're not missing out on a whole lot, honestly.
Stopwatch.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
I was saying before we were on chat that I am like the exact target demographic for this game, and yet
Yeah, I'm really not. Still, it's just kind of.
it is freezing every time I get into a fight. I can't do anything.
Yeah, like this game is very much like you had one job thing. Like
Yeah.
you got a simple old school arena shooter, 8 people playing on a fairly small map with very low res textures, frankly, and yet they just can't pull it off.
Protection spawned. Enemy has the protection.
Shut the fuck up. Not your team is a bunch of useless noobs shits. Yep, okay, and here's what the player base is like. Once again, I die because it's frozen mid-combat. Oh my goodness. Part of why this bugs me to want to like to make one is I'm actually pretty confident, without exaggeration, as like a solo developer, I could literally make an arena shooter that like plays better than this.
Yeah. I could too, and it's not my genre at all. I mean...
It wouldn't be as... What? It wouldn't be as... I was about to say it wouldn't be as pretty, but like it wouldn't have as many polygons, but I don't know. I think I could make one aesthetically better.
Even just like using free found assets, I think you could make it look better. I mean... Rather famously, there's that Paragon game that you used to play, which died and let its assets free to anyone who wants to use them.
I loved Paragon. Fortnite ate it.
Fortnite ate a lot of things, including Fortnite.
5-minute warning.
Yes.
Like, the original idea for Fortnite actually is really cool, and I kind of want to play that game. It's like, okay, it's a big zombie survival thing, and you can build your own, like, towers and houses and stuff like that. That sounds neat. But then it turned into just PUBG, but, like, really, really gaudy, and with this totally vestigial build a little house mechanic, just kind of awkwardly squeezed in there.
And in-game events hosted by DJ Marshmallow.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
The man partly responsible for why everyone hates EDM right now.
Told Zero is cheating.
I'm fragging them while they're too busy typing now. This
Yeah.
is how we win.
Well, we're also, like, down 5 billion points, but...
That too.
That sore winner thing always weirds me out with games like this. I see it a lot. Like, there's a certain sort of person who, like, cannot play a multiplayer game without complaining about how everyone else is cheating or playing wrong.
These people that, like, I've played with people actually botting too. Like, it is so obvious. I think these people have never seen a bot in a first-person shooter before.
Yeah.
How do I even type to... Oh, it wouldn't let me type to the match. I want to type GG to the match rather than the party.
Yep. Anyway, I think that's enough of this for now, and I'm going to be immediately uninstalling this game again. Because, like...
Oh, that I was actually remembering this game as better than it actually is, and I already had a low opinion. But like, I couldn't play that whole game. Every time I got into a fight, there was like a 1 second freeze. and
Every
it just
patch,
ruined
it just gets laggier and more prone to dropping you, and like, you didn't get to see it because I started the stream in just startup screen mode, knowing this would happen. But we spent like 15 minutes, no joke, waiting for it to load the main menu before I even started the stream up today.
The main menu, which still makes you wait. So like, A, load the maps. B, load every one of the character models. Oh, I also got Egghead. Delightful.
And that was before, loading all the characters in one by one and all that, and just by hand to make sure that it wouldn't, like, take 20 minutes to load a map.
I had 53% accuracy. And I was shooting every chance I got, so that also makes me think that wasn't my fault.
Yeah. It's just... I don't know what's wrong with this game. Like... It's not typical for me to say, you should just, like, scrap the code and start over, but they should. Like... It just does not run properly, or load properly, or connect to matches, or anything.
Is it like a Bethesda in-house, or are they using like some weird id Tech thing now that id Tech's no longer actually cutting edge? Or
I don't know what they're using, but like, it doesn't work. And it's weird because like, this is published by Bethesda. They are the ones doing the new Doom and Wolfenstein games, which are like good and fine, and everybody loves them.
Doom multiplayer is like surprisingly good and overlooked too.
So I don't know why this is such a mess. But moving along, like I said, I don't have a lot of queue games. I'm going to kind of skip around through them if you don't mind. Quake Champions, you want to like stop actually being in memory? That would be nice.
I wonder if I should just uninstall it. I feel bad, but
I mean, I had uninstalled it. I will uninstall it again at the end of the day. It takes up a huge chunk of my hard drive, too. Like, let's see, properties, it is...
Every time I play it, I'm like, wow, I could have just played Devil Daggers.
This is a 30 meg game. Oh, sorry, a 30 gig game, I should say.
30 gig? Where does it go?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's... because it looks like garbage.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on, we have Cube 2.
if you were like to make an update to this too, what if you went for like the low poly, everything is brown, everything is like surreal horror Quake 1 look? And not only would that be like accepted by people and cheap to produce, you could like make because like in an arena shooter like this, people expect the characters to like really pop. And they do that in this game by just having like horrible outlines on everyone. But if you had like this super desaturated look, you could make like any splash of color at all, make the characters really stand